Harvard is trying to ensure that their on-campus clubs are no longer exclusively male or exclusively female. Now, we're not talking about sororities. We're talking about campus clubs like the Porcellian Club, which I had never heard of. But apparently, it's this insanely exclusive male-only club on the Harvard campus. Apparently, luminaries like President Theodore Roosevelt and Supreme Court Justice Wendell Holmes were members of these clubs, or this club in specifically. So Harvard is like, all right, let's find a way to integrate women into some of these exclusive clubs. They think that it would be a good way in dealing with some of the look, I don't agree with them on this, but they think it's a good way of tackling some of these sexual assault cases that have been popping up in a lot of Ivy League schools. Now, the response from the Porcellian Club was not a good one, okay? Because here's how they responded. Charles Story, who is the club officer, said, "Given our policies, we are mystified as to why the current administration feels that forcing our club to accept female members would reduce the incidence of sexual assault on campus. Forcing single-gender organizations to accept members of the opposite sex could potentially increase, not decrease, the potential for sexual misconduct." Wow. I mean, you don't want women in your club so much that you are willing to say that they will be threatened by sexual assault.
Yeah. 2 points for honesty? No. I mean, it's basically saying you can equate it to, you know, you were wearing a really short skirt, Anna, and then something inappropriate happened, or you were assaulted, or you were raped. And you know what, Anna? It's kind of your fault for wearing that.
Yeah.
So if the women come into our exclusive club and something happens, it's their fault for being in this environment.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Harvard-educated boys can even think this way.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest with you, I kind of can believe it, right?
Really?
Because it's like, I don't know, it's like this elitist attitude, this like sense of entitlement. And so I guess it doesn't really surprise me, but at the same time, you would think that someone would care about their reputation enough to not say that your club members might rape some woman who joins the club. Like, that's a terrible, terrible thing to say.
That's the worst thing possible. You remember that movie, The Skulls?
No.
Am I dating myself again? So there's a film that came out probably in the late 90s, and it was about these type of clubs. So there's like these secret society clubs within these universities, private schools, and it's normally people of wealth, people of you know, stature, of their family, whatever else, and that's what these clubs are. I wonder if this Charles Story, is he an actual student or like a representative of the club itself, because he was, you know, with the policies and their administration that they were saying to accept female members would reduce the sexual assault. I was with them on that. But when he started going into, it's when he kept talking. Sometimes just say one thing and shut up.
Right.
Don't even say anything else.
It reveals his true character.
Yeah,
and with these clubs, I would get with a private club. I actually get if you want to have an all-girl or all-boy club.
Well,
I get that.
Fraternities and sororities.
Right. But on these type of clubs that are affiliated with Harvard and these universities, there's a benefit of job connections and networking.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I use that film as an example.
Everybody should be inclusive to that.
Yeah.
Everybody, not just white males, should be able to be awarded that opportunity and that benefit that club offers them.
Yeah,
so that's the difference.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with Harvard in that they're trying to tackle sexual misconduct by integrating women into these clubs. That's not really the way you handle it. In fact, the way you do it is you make sure you take people seriously when they have accusations of sexual misconduct, and you do proper investigations to figure out what the truth is, right? That's the best way to tackle it. Yep. Yeah, proper discipline, exactly. But I don't know if, you know, integrating these clubs like that is really the way to tackle it.
And education. Why not educate these college students and really talk to them about what constitutes consent?
Right. Yeah.
You know, if somebody is drinking, that doesn't mean that constitutes as consent. There's a lot of rape culture that does exist on these college campuses because of the lack of education. Not to excuse it, but that's where people can really get involved and make a change when it comes to reducing these horrible statistics that exist on these college campuses.
And these Ivy League schools try to cover everything up because they want to maintain their, you know, clean and pristine, you know, relationships and reputations.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of the other problems come from as well.